Welcome back to another episode of The Flow. My name is Anthony Hoff. If you are new here, I hope everybody's having a good week so far. It is Wednesday, so y'all know what that means. Another episode of The Flow podcast. If you are new here, I'm doing my best to drop an episode Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Maybe sometimes on the weekends also. If something were to happen and I can't drop on one of those days, I will let everyone know what happened. Before we get into NFL talk and some other talk, I got a hilarious story for you guys. So, I got a friend, right? And he's been having pelvis problem for a couple months now, So he finally went to the doctor, and they found out he has a hernia. So they had to go in and scan his balls, do an ultrasound on his balls, basically. And the nurse is prepping him, getting ready. And the nurse said, hey, take this towel, cover up your wank, right? So she leaves and comes back, and my friend, the idiot he is, I love this guy, but he didn't listen. He forgot to cover up his wank. He was sitting there with his wank out. Oh my god, I've never laughed so hard in my entire life. I still crack up about it. So, my friend, if you are listening, you know who you are, and I hope you're glad I said this on here. I know you're probably going to hate me for it, but it was too funny not to share. There's some pretty good movies I'm excited to see coming out this year. We got Captain Marvel, Avengers Endgame, another Spider-Man, Aladdin, Dumbo from Disney. Some Disney movies dropping, some other exciting movies dropping. I'm going to talk about some NFL talk here, and then we'll move on. And let's get into it. There's some big name players on the market once again. Not new. Golden Tate. The Browns just today signed Jalen Strong. Finally, after 3 years of franchise tagging Le'Veon Bell, the Steelers are no longer going to franchise tag him. He is officially a free agent. There's 8 teams that have the cap space to sign him. And Antonio Brown and Art Rooney have mutually agreed it's time to part ways. It's time to move on. And my guess is if Antonio Brown gets traded before Le'Veon Bell signs with the team, my guess is he signs with that team Antonio Brown got traded to. Earl Thomas will most likely be a free agent after still not signing a contract with Seattle. Today, Landon Collins posted on social media of him cleaning out his locker, so he is most likely done with the Giants. That's sad to see. He's a great young player, full of talent, and if he does leave the Giants, it'll be sad to see him go. C.J. Anderson released a statement saying that Todd Gurley was more hurt than they thought. I call bullshit. I think they just don't want to look bad as an organization because he choked. Todd Gurley froze up in the spotlights and didn't know what to do. I love the guy, hell of a running back, but he just froze because he wasn't used to that. He can talk the talk, but when it's time to walk the walk, he couldn't do it this time. I can see Le'Veon Bell going to the Browns too. Here's my biggest prediction, and then I'll move on a little bit. I could see. Listen to this. The Steelers said that they had to have a huge offer for Antonio Brown. Listen to this. If you're a Tampa Bay fan, listen to this. Deshaun Jackson said he wanted to trade last year. He is not re-signed yet. You trade Deshaun Jackson, one of your running backs since Le'Veon Bell is gone, and your 5th overall pick in the first round. Offer that to the Steelers. My guess is you probably get good feedback because Deshaun Jackson can make up for Antonio Brown. He's got speed. He's got good hands. a running back to back up James Conner, and a draft pick. Probably one of the biggest drafts we've seen. Well, one of the biggest drafts we've seen in several years. I mean, last year was a pretty big draft too. I could see it happening. Mike Evans, Antonio Brown, Jameis Winston, and listen to this. Even though the Tampa Bay Buccaneers signed Mike Evans to a mega deal earlier this year, they still have cap space for Le'Veon Bell. That team would be scary. New head coach Bruce Arians, decently young, future Hall of Fame players, all pro players. That team could be a force. Remember, that's just a prediction. It's just a prediction. Let's look at some current news here. I do that. Let's talk about music for a sec. Florida Georgia Line just dropped a new album, and it is pretty good. It's a good album. There's a lot of good songs on there. There's, if you're from Stuart, Dexter, Menlo, Redfield, Iowa, you know who we'll be talking about here. Not because his name is his name, but I went to high school with him. He had a rough time growing up. He had bumpy patches, but he's officially a rapper. He dropped his first album. His name is D Rose. If you want to listen to him, he just dropped it on Spotify and iTunes. His album name is Hood Rich Forever. It's got good beats. It's got good lyrics. I'm not a big fan of his voice. I can see him being more of a singer than a rapper. But I'm glad he is chasing a dream and he's working on it hard, and he will improve. Someday I'll be like, damn, I was wrong. Man, if you have a dream, you gotta go chase it. You gotta go after it. You can't hold back. The only person stopping you is you. Trust me. Some current news here. Duke freshman Zion Williams put on 100 pounds in 2 years. Damn. And most of that is muscle. He's probably like 5% body fat. Speaking of that, March Madness is here next month. I am excited. We are a few weeks away. I'll be doing a lot of content on that. I'm still trying to get my first guest on here. We hit a bumpy patch. There's things he want to talk about that I wasn't comfortable talking about on here just because of timing and society. But him and I are working some kinks out. I'm excited to have him on here, hopefully. If he does come on here, he'll ask me questions about me. I'll ask him questions about his life. He'll give you guys life advice. He will also, ask him questions about his life, talk about politics, sports. We have different opinions on sports. Him and I always go back and forth together. It'll be a good time. I'm excited to have him on here. I'm hopefully next episode on Friday he will be here, or sometime next week. I want him on soon, or I'm just got to move on and find someone else to be on here. I'm trying to get my first guest on here, guys. I'm excited. If you want him on here, comment down below that you want this guest on here. So please do that. A driver delivering Amazon packages was convicted of stealing someone's puppy. Why? If you want a puppy that bad, just go get one, man. Why? Jeez, oh Pete's. Obviously, Colin Kaepernick finally got paid to stop pretty much being a baby about the NFL. Tesla, the car executive left the company only after 2 months. There was $13 million worth of meth hidden in a trailer with frozen strawberries. That is crazy. There's some soccer fans saying they're terrorized by Ronaldo and their country, just the way he celebrates. I guess I don't know. During the NBA All-Star Weekend, Steph and Seth Curry made a deal. Whoever placed higher between the brothers, the loser between the two brothers had to pay tickets for the family, for their entire family, the rest of their life, to come see the two play against each other when they play in the regular season, or potentially the playoffs, NBA playoffs. So I thought that was cool. Obviously, Steph Curry won. The Oscars are happening soon. There's a lot of good movies that are up. There's a lot of good people that are up for some awards. I'll probably talk about that and give you guys the results if you're going to watch it. I'll take a quick break and I will be right back. So enjoy this catchy tune. Alrighty. Bernie Sanders, he finally announced his 2020 campaign. Let's hope he makes it alive that far. He's an old fart. Just remember, if you have a life dream, go chase it. Don't be afraid to step up and do it. This will be a really short podcast today. There was only a little bit of NFL news, some basketball news. Talk about work. I want your guys' opinion. Let's say you're new to a job. Okay? You come in. You take a week or two to get to feel everybody, get to know them. And then you just go ham. You work as hard as you can. Remember, I'm talking about retail. Sorry, I didn't say that first. This is about retail. You come in, you're out working everybody. You're out showing everybody, right? And eventually, you get to run your own department. You're doing good, but then you start taking it too serious. Boom, boom, boom. But then you start messing with other people's departments. So then they fix what you moved around back to its original form. So then, for some odd reason, you decide to wait till they leave to put it back to the way you had it. If you didn't get it okay from your actual boss about rearranging a department, why would you do it again? Why? Comment below if you agree with me. Why in the world would you ever do that? Just leave it the way it is. It's probably the way it is for a reason, ladies and gents. To me, it doesn't make any sense, but I can see the other point of view. She's just trying to spice things up, make it new, you know. You're just trying to do you. But you don't do it to where it starts affecting other departments and causing unwanted drama for other people, because we don't want that. It's annoying. As I said before, I worked at a local grocery store, and I was helping someone out the other day.